In this video, we are going to talk about simple present tense. But what is tense? A tense tells you the time of the action or any event. In easy words, it is used to express time. You can tell the tense of a sentence through the form of the verb and the helping verbs used. Now, there are three basic tenses which are then further classified: past tense, present tense, and future tense. We use present tense to talk about something that is happening now or any universal fact or general statement. We use past tense when you talk about something that has already happened. Future tense to talk about something that will happen in coming time. Now, let's have a look at the present tense first. Function of present tense is to identify the situation or event in present time. This moment right now is a present time. Now, present tense is further classified into simple present tense, present perfect tense, present continuous tense, and present perfect continuous tense. In this video, we are going to look at simple present tense. Now, when do we use simple present tense? We use simple present tense to talk about an action or event that happens regularly, or you are giving a general statement. For example, I eat mangoes. It's a general statement that is true for you. You eat mangoes maybe on a regular basis or whenever you get time. It's simply something that you do. Simple present tense could be used to talk about your habits or any universal fact. Now let's look at a few examples. I read books. He cooks really well. She enjoys listening to music. They like to play games. Now, what is common in all of these sentences? As you read these sentences, you realize that these are general statements. They could be talking about someone's habit or simply something that someone does on a regular basis or someone enjoys doing it. Coming to the form of the verb that has to be used. So, whenever you have to write or speak simple present tense, remember to use a root form of the verb. Means the first simple form of the verb. Do not change the form of the verb. With the first person pronoun and second person pronoun, that means I and you are going to use simple first form of the verb. For example, write, teach, play, work, etc. Now, for the third person pronoun, he, she, or it, you are going to add s or es with the verb. For example, write changes into writes, teach changes into teaches, work works, play plays, read reads. Similarly, you have to do it with all the verbs. For first, second, or third person plural, with plurals, you are going to use the root form of the verb. That is, first form of the verb. So, this was all for the positive sentences. But now, if you had to write present simple negative sentences, how would you do it? So, we use the word do and does, and then we add not in front of it. Let's look at an example. Like, we had an example, I read books. If you had to change it into negative, we would say, I do not read books. She enjoys listening to music. She does not enjoy listening to music. Now the question arises, where do we use do and where do we use does? So it's simple. With I, you, we, and they, you are going to use do. With he, she, it, and any name, you're going to use does. Let's look at a few examples. I don't want to play. She does not watch television. Emma doesn't like to cook. Now, if we had to make questions, how would you do it? You first change the sentence into a negative, and then you change the sequence of the words to make a question. Let's look at an example. So we have a simple present sentence. She watches television. You first have to change it into negative. She does not watch television. Now to change it into question, we are going to change the sequence of the word. Does comes at the beginning and we are not going to use not. okay? Because we have to make question, not a negative sentence. So not will be gone and does will become at the beginning. Does she watch television?